Hello and welcome to CIBER Focus, your source for international business information. My name is Tim Smith and our guest today is Mr. Richard Malikongwa. Richard is the Regional Director of the Institute of Development Management, which was established in 1974. It was established to help meet the management needs of the Botswana, Lesotho, and Swaziland region. Prior to joining IDM, Richard was the Human Resources Director at Barclays Bank of Botswana and oversaw the bank's operation in Botswana, Lesotho, and Swaziland. Today, Richard offers an overview of the development of Botswana and the work of the Institute of Development Management and what they're doing regionally. Richard, thank you so much for joining us today.
Okay, thank you very much.
So glad you're here, and welcome to Bloomington.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good.
So to start out with, can you give us an overview of the Institute of Development Management and what you're trying to achieve?
Yeah. The Institute of Development Management was conceived by the leaders of Botswana, Lesotho, and Swaziland, as you rightly said, in 1974. This is King Sobhuza, Kim Moshweshwe, and President Cyril Ramaphosa. The Institute was set up to meet the management development needs of the three economies of Botswana, Lesotho, and Swaziland. And henceforth, the Institute has contributed significantly to the human resource development of the three countries therein. We have reviewed the direction of the institution in light of the trends and developments that have happened in the past decades and refocused our institution to look more towards niches that are actually evidently visible in our economies. And the Institute has crafted programs, interventions to specifically deal with those niches. And we've moved beyond training because the institution was initially set up to focus on in-service training. But we're now focusing more on pre-service training. We're really focusing on training. We're focusing on research and consultancy to address the needs of our economies that are evolving and very diverse.
Yeah. Great. How's that going?
It's very interesting, it's challenging, and creating a lot of opportunities, opportunities like we have now, where we are now intending to partner more with the Institute of, the Indiana University to look at solutioning and providing those partnerships that are value-adding between Indiana and the three countries of Botswana, Lesotho, and Swaziland.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. Well, thank you.
Okay.
So Botswana consistently ranks highly on the Human Development Index, and during our discussions yesterday, we brought that up. What are some of the factors that you think have led to this development and help us to better understand Botswana's success story?
Yeah. Botswana ranks fairly high in Human Development Index, and this is genuinely after many interventions. This is like really the outcome of many interventions by the government of the Republic of Botswana. There's been so much focus on education in terms of development of the human resources base of Botswana. Many Botswana have studied across the globe and have come back home to plow that knowledge, and henceforth there's been improvement therein in the Human Development Index. And secondly, the infrastructure for education has been rolled out in the country, starting from basic education all the way to tertiary education, and quite diverse to meet the evolving needs of our population therein. There has also been significant strides and investments in the health sector, which is very, very critical for human development therein. Primary health care all the way to specialized medical services are available in Botswana, and also optimizing on South Africa, which is still fairly advanced when it comes to specialized treatment therein. So there's been huge investment in education, huge investment in health, and also huge investment in agriculture, which is the backbone of our economy to a great extent, especially for the rural population, for the women, for the children who are quite vulnerable. There's been significant investment, subsidy programs to actually improve crop production and grain production therein. And to a great extent, this has influenced our Human Development Index therein. There's been significant investment in water and sanitation also in the country. Botswana is a very dry country, arid, but the water security is quite significant, and henceforth the people have access to clean and potable water, and this really has actually improved the Human Development Index of the country therein. So it's been a journey. We started from nowhere. If you recap, Botswana in 1966 was semi-arid, no resources, but diamonds were discovered, and there have been proper policies put in place to ensure that diamonds are beneficial to the population as opposed to where we've seen what diamonds have done in terms of conflict in other parts of the continent. So all these issues have actually influenced the Human Development Index of our country, and we hope to improve on that one.
Great. I wish you the best with doing exactly that.
Yes, I mean, for certain, there's that conviction. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
So Botswana has one of the most advanced and competitive banking system in Sub-Saharan Africa. What impact does this have on the development climate in your country?
Yeah, investors need to have that level of certainty that when they put their investments, that they are guaranteed of access therein. Indeed, Botswana has that advanced banking system. We are connected to the rest of the world. There's certainty in terms of security of investments that comes forth, and also transfer. I mean, when we do have abolished actually foreign exchange controls, which makes it easy for investors to actually move in their currencies in another country, and even repatriation of profits from Botswana to wherever the investors want to do that. So our banking system has been very efficient and also ensured security of investors. And that is something that is really enviable about our banking system. It's been there for many years, and very competitive, and also improved the service industry to a great extent. Because now we are getting the downstream activities as a result of banking activities in the country. And it's also supported our diamond industry, which is quite significant to our economy there.
Thank you. So what opportunities exist in Botswana, Lesotho, and Swaziland for private investment to assist in development outcomes?
Yeah. There are massive opportunities in the three countries therein. Firstly, in the service industry. Service industry is global and very competitive, and the three economies of Botswana, Lesotho, and Swaziland provide that conducive environment therein. There's a manufacturing sector too, where manufacturers can actually set up in our three countries. We do have flexible policies conducive to attracting foreign direct investment, and there is massive opportunity for manufacturing, the textile industries therein. There is also ample opportunity in the agricultural sector, which to a great extent remains untapped. Massive potential for even export to the region and beyond in that very specific sector. We also have opportunities in the tourism industry. There's massive opportunities. I mean, Lesotho has got the best landscape you can ever see. So in terms of scenic tourism, I would recommend Lesotho. Swaziland also is very strong in tourism. There's a lot of golfing that comes in. Botswana, you've got the Okavango Delta, untouched nature, where you really enjoy the serenity of wildlife, flora, and fauna. So there's a massive opportunity in that specific area therein.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Richard, I want to thank you for not only coming in for this interview today, but also joining us on the Bloomington campus and sharing more about your country with us. We wish you all the best as you continue with the positive interventions for the benefit of your country.
Yeah, no, thank you very much for the opportunity. We definitely look forward to fruitful relations between our countries, and Indiana University, I would say our destiny compels us to work together, and I believe that we'll be able to journey that route together and craft win-win solutions.
Excellent.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Richard, so much.
Thank you very much.
That's all the time we have for this edition of Cyber Focus. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any comments or suggestions for future topics, please let us know at cyber, that's CIBER, @indiana.edu.